Inravio.com.
And welcome to the show. Thanks for joining. What?
You're so funny.
What am I funny? I'm entertaining the people.
You're entertaining me,
Oh, okay. Well, welcome to the show. I am Chuck.
Bonnie. I thought you were going to call me Giggles again.
Oh, this is Giggles Paisano over
There
here.
you go.
And yeah, welcome to the weekly show. We're having some fun here. We hope you're joining us and having some fun too.
Yep.
That's what it's all about. We want to have some fun. Well, not for nothing, but August? Did we even have an
Gone.
August? Gone, right?
Yep.
That was quick.
Out of here.
Yeah, and here we are in September already. The kids are going back to school. Come on, September, we need some good weather. We got to extend this summer out a little bit here, right? Got to have a little bit more summer,
Couldn't think of another word for summer?
No, just fun in the sun. I don't want to, no shoveling snow. I don't want to think about cold or none of that and putting a jacket on and
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one.
Even though it's been hot and humid, it's been kind of, tough around here. I'm sure the weather has been across the board for the United States, but I know in the New York area it's been hot and humid, very sticky and things like that. But, it's summer. How can you beat that? Fun, fun, fun.
Fun, fun, fun.
Right? We waited all winter for this thing, and it was like, oh, you blinked and it was gone.
Yes.
But it's not gone yet. I'm holding on. I'm holding on tight. As much as I'm squeezing everything I can get out of it. So how was your weekend?
My weekend was good. We watched movies and we were in a boat and went bike riding, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Did like 28 miles on the bike.
You did. I didn't.
I did. Yeah, I went out twice on Sunday.
I only did
Once with
6.
the guys and, yeah.
I only did 6.
Plenty of B-roll footage.
Did you hear about the new 007 movie?
No. Oh, wait a minute. Did I?
Well, it's still in the process of being written.
Okay, but they're working on it.
Yes, they're trying to decide who's going to be James Bond.
I got you. So we're working on that here at Inravio Studios?
No, there's apparently a whole big controversy over who's going to be James Bond already. The script isn't written. I don't know if there's even a title.
Really?
Yes, but there's already a controversy.
007 and a half.
No, they've decided that this 007 is going to be black.
Really? Okay, I did see something about that.
Yes. At one point, they had said they wanted, I don't remember his last name.
J.J. Walker.
No, that would be funny, but no. His name is Idris something. I can't remember his last name now. But do you guys know? Elba, thank you. Idris Elba. They wanted him, but then the writer said that he didn't want him, and he made the terrible mistake of saying that he was too street for the part. And what he was trying to say is that...
Is that in the Urban Dictionary, too street? I think that's... I've been denied jobs myself. People have said I'm just too street.
Really?
Yeah, I'm representing and just too street.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It happens. It happens.
Well, what he was trying to say was that he was rough around the edges, and he was more of a rugged kind of a guy, where James Bond is supposed to be
Je ne sais quoi.
refined
It's supposed to be, debonair.
suave, yeah, all that kind of
Suave and debonair.
stuff. Yes. And then other people were like, well, yes, he is, and they started showing pictures and videos of him in a tuxedo, and all sorts of- I don't know. I looked at him and went, yes, he's a nice-looking man, but I don't see him as James
I
Bond.
think that the perfect cast for a 007, if we were casting here at the Inravio Studios for that, I think we would do Chris Rock.
As James Bond?
Hilarious. I mean, right
Yeah,
from
but James
start
Bond
to
isn't
finish.
supposed to be funny.
I know, but isn't it time
It's time for him to be funny?
to do something?
Oh. I don't know.
What do you think, Denzel Washington?
That's a possibility. That's a
I
possibility.
mean, if you're really going for the suave and
No,
debonair.
you know who I really like, who I think would probably do a pretty decent job, is the guy from Criminal Minds.
I think you're right.
And then women would be bonkers over James Bond.
Yes, I think you're right. I think if you're going to go with a black James Bond, I think he's a good choice.
Oh, yeah.
I do like him. He's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that I can relate to how hot he is or how not he is.
I can.
Nobody's as hot as me, but he's holding a door shut. But I think he's got the cool, calm Chuck thing going on, which is good. I think that's really what the
Okay.
Well, that is where the hotness comes from. It's the
Yes,
whole
right.
Brian Dennehy thing.
All right, on that note, I think we need to move on.
Hey, isn't that what you told me? That's a crap.
Yeah, I know,
That's
I
a
know.
crap you're feeding me.
All right, so we have another amazing show lined up for you tonight. But before we
As
go
always.
any further, let's take a quick break. Stick around though, because when we come back, we have everything from a grocery store with a serious discount policy, a naked selfie sent to one of the worst places you can imagine, and a tech update from the guys at Save and Continue. You're watching The Weekly Show. We'll be right back.
Stick around.
Hey, this is Chris Les Jake, and if Inravio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
This is Joe Larson. You should check out the 505 on Racing Show live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or catch us on video on demand anytime, 24/7, only on the Inravio TV network.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, Inravio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is Inravio.com.
What's up, guys? We're Scano Fair, and we're here with Inravio. If they catch you at a show with one of these bracelets, you will win $100.
That's a lot of money.
So get a bracelet.
Do whatever it takes to get that. Hit them up online.
Market that's giving cool discounts on a lot of them. And we
15
are
seconds.
back.
And we're back.
Hello and welcome back. We have a bunch of stories and segments to get to, but before we do, let's check out what's new in the world of video games, tech, and movies in this week's Save and Continue update.
Hey everyone, this is Kyle from Save and Continue, back once again to give you the latest on everything tech, movies, video games, internet, all that fun stuff. It's been a particularly hectic week around the web, so let's cut right through the crap and get straight to the good stuff. Well, good news to all you Halo 5 fans out there. The intro to Halo 5 has officially been released online, and it is nothing short of goosebump-inducing. The 3.5-minute cinematic features base jumping, a suicide run down a mountain littered with Covenant baddies, some augmented superpowers, and of course, a whole bunch of Nathan Fillion goodness. The video also gives us a better look into our new entourage of characters, including everyone's favorite former ODST trooper, Edward Buck, aka Nathan Fillion, and the new protagonist, Spartan Locke. It has been announced that you will be playing through some of the campaign through the perspective of Locke, but Master Chief will remain the main protagonist as always. Either way, if this intro is any indication of what we have to look forward to, consider me right on board. Next up, we have some very interesting developments from everyone's second favorite internet video streaming provider, Hulu. Not Netflix, Hulu. The popular streaming company just announced it will soon be offering an ad-free user subscription to their service. Hulu has become famous, or rather infamous, for airing commercials despite requiring a paid subscription, so this has to be an attempt to quiet the concerns of critics. However, like most profit-related changes, there is a catch. Those looking to upgrade their subscription to the ad-free service will be looking at a $12 monthly bill as opposed to the current $8 bill. It should also be noted that while this service will eliminate most ads, some select shows will still be subject to a 15-second pre-roll ad as well as a 30-second post-roll ad. While the $12 price tag might feel expensive to some when compared to Netflix's $8 subscription, it should be noted that this is much more expensive to update a series with new episodes the day after their televised release as opposed to waiting months like Netflix currently does. But in the end, it's a decision you and your wallet will have to make for yourselves. Anyway, that's all the time we have this week. Make sure you're checking out Save and Continue, which streams live tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only at Inravio.com/gaming. This week we'll be talking all about Halo 5, the new World of Warcraft movie, a GTA Star Wars mod that will blow your mind, and so much more. That's every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only at Inravio.com. Be sure you're visiting that for all of our other awesome live content. We will see you next week.
He's got such energy.
Who? Kyle?
Oh, yes.
He's always got energy. He's a kid. That's what they do.
Well, I like the way he reads.
I know. He reads very well. I love the way he reads. I wish I could be half as good, but I'm not. So I try to. It gives me something to strive towards.
Oh, okay. I brought something interesting today.
Did you?
Yes, before we go into, our
I saw
favorite.
it, but bring out the mayo and the salt and pepper.
Now, I brought something interesting today. I have seen this on the internet many times, but I've never actually done it.
Well, I think those are strippers that do that.
Ha ha, very funny. He's referring to the fact that I have hard-boiled eggs in this bowl, okay? Now, they still have their shells, okay?
But they're hard-boiled.
They're hard-boiled eggs, yes. I boiled them this morning.
All right,
so
good.
they're hard-boiled. Okay, what is your worst thing about hard-boiled eggs?
Oh, my worst thing about hard-boiled eggs is getting them out of the shell.
Exactly.
And you know how to do that because you put it in the bowl and you shake it up and it comes right out of the shell.
Yes. And I tried it this morning and it
works awesome.
It works amazing. Have you tried it?
I have not, but I have seen the video.
This is amazing. No, you don't have to crack it. You don't have to do nothing. You just put it in there and you close it up and you just shake it around really good. And then when you take it out, it's all loosened up. And if you shake it long enough, it actually just comes right off. Yeah, I didn't do.
You didn't do it long enough. You gotta do it now. Go up and down.
If you go long enough, it actually comes. It's.
Ay, 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 ay.
See, now you're just making it. See, now this one is actually
Called
proving me wrong. It's proving me wrong because it didn't come off the way it's supposed to. But the one I did this morning, look at this. It's just coming right off.
It comes right off, yeah.
Perfect. Look at this.
It does. It comes right off. Beauty.
That's incredible. I love this. I never discovered this before. I didn't know it, and I'm shocked that I didn't know it, and I love it.
Now, the other thing, too, is when you do boil them, do you put salt in the water?
No.
You should.
Why?
Because that helps the shell come off.
I didn't, and it's perfect. Perfect.
I understand the salt does help.
Well.
I haven't tried it myself.
All right. Well, that was my my little nifty thing of the day.
That was your tech tip for the day. That was your fat people tech tip.
My foodie tip.
Foodie tip.
There you go. Okay. All right. So.
My fat person tech tip is when you go to McDonald's, you order your meal. When you sit down, pull your game pieces off right away because you may have more food coming. You're going to want to get back on the line to get more food. No?
They don't always do game pieces.
Yeah, I know. It's a bummer.
All right. So, on that note, let's see what's been happening with our less bright friends around the world. It's time for Stupid News. All right. A Kentucky grocery store chain announced it is offering 20% lifetime discounts for any customers who tattoo the store's logo on their bodies. Rainbow Blossom Natural Grocery Store has said that if you put this tattoo on you someplace that's on the, not under your clothes, it has to be visible where you can see it, they will give you 20% off for the rest of your life. How cool is that?
It's cool, but would you do it?
Why not? I mean, think about it. I mean, for us, it's Stop and Shop or King Cullen, which I don't know. Does King Cullen even have a logo other than just like a big old K or something? What is their logo? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess they do.
Okay.
Why wouldn't they? They all have logos.
Well, this particular store, Rainbow Blossom, it's actually a rainbow flower logo, so it's actually kind of cute. As long as it's on the outside of your clothes, so you're advertising for them, then they will give this to you for the rest of your life. Look, isn't that cute?
Yeah, it's a little cute.
Yeah. And Stop and Shop is just a little bowl with a leaf.
There you go.
So
maybe you should go get a Stop and Shop tattoo. See if they give you
only if they're going to
20%.
tell me that I'm actually going to get the discount. I mean, 20% for life, that's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would do it for that.
Would have gave us what, $23 yesterday.
Exactly. See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite interesting, I gotta say. So we'll have to inquire within, see if you
Yes.
need to get a tattoo.
I have to call it Stop and Shop corporate.
Yeah, there you go, and ask them. Well, Elmhurst police said the human resources manager at a St. Charles company contacted authorities August 14th to report receiving 2 nude pictures via text message August 11th and 13th from a man who had been offered a position with the company. Police Chief Michael Ruth said there was a conditional offer of employment made to this particular applicant, and then he texted the HR director and sent a nude photo of himself. The company learned the identity of the sender when he later used the same phone number for a follow-up call. Police said the man who sent the pictures told investigators the nude selfies were sent accidentally. They were actually meant for another person. The victim decided not to press charges, but police said the man's actions were not free from consequences. The company has rescinded the offer of employment. Well, that's quite the bummer. Maybe it was something that had to be sent to the HR department. By the way, thanks for the interview. Click.
Or the other option is they've rescinded the offer of employment because they were not happy with the pictures they received.
Oh, that could be. But now, at the same token, here's one thing I have to say to you. Ever send nude pictures, period.
Ever.
Ever.
Ever, ever, ever.
Period. Done.
I know. We're from the generation of not publicizing stuff like that.
No, we're
I
from
know.
the generation of we're too ugly to really take pictures. Believe me, if I had a body where it was worthwhile taking a picture of, I'd be snapping pictures all over the place. I'd be going through nude pictures trying to find something in the phone I could show anybody. And actually going, hey, check this out. You know?
You'd be hard pressed to find a
Come
picture.
on,
Was
wouldn't
it
you?
nude? Well,
If we had bodies that you could be proud of, we'd be like click, 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 click.
yeah, maybe.
We'd have our own photographer following us around, snapping pictures.
I guess you're probably right. All right. For some people, the problem with the great outdoors is, well, it's outdoors. A recent visitor to Yellowstone National Park was unhappy with their experience and left a comment card at the front desk of their hotel explaining their displeasure. The card reads, "Our visit was wonderful, but we never saw any bears. Please train your bears to be where guests can see them. This was an expensive trip to not get to see bears." A spokesperson for Xanterra Parks and Resorts, the company that manages Yellowstone's lodges, couldn't speak to the authenticity of the comment card. However, a spokeswoman from the Yellowstone National Park Public Affairs Office did confirm that these types of comment cards are available in the park. Judging from some of the one-star ratings the national park has received, it's not too much of a stretch to think it's real. Can you imagine actually being dumb enough to say the bears need to be trained?
Yes, I can imagine somebody saying that. It is stupid news after all. But I would say this. Hello, yes, we got your comment card, and we'd like to make that up to you. You come on down, we're going to put you in this cage with the bears, and you can talk to them all you'd like about being more on time for work. Pat them on the hiney, send them in there, maybe toss in some meat or something to go along with it.
Stand outside the cage with the cub. Here you go, Mom.
Yeah. Look, I'm petting him.
Oh, God.
Get her all riled up.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, a new bizarre fashion trend suggests you may have been overlooking the ultimate clothing item, despite unwillingly bringing it home with you after every shopping trip. People are stripping naked and posting photos of themselves wearing nothing but a plastic bag as part of the latest social media sensation in Taiwan. Men and women alike are thrilled with their latest garment, although the transparent bags leave absolutely nothing to the imagination. It is particularly cool to be seen flaunting a grocery bag from convenience store 7-Eleven, which seems to be a popular brand among plastic bag fans. I gotta tell you, there's not a plastic bag besides one of those construction hefty jobs that could fit over me anyway. I mean, that's like,
I know.
I mean, I'm reading it and I'm thinking, clear? Where do you get a construction garbage bag that's clear?
No, 7-Eleven.
What am I going to do with that?
I can't fit a leg in there.
I can barely get my,
Your hands through the handles.
my 3 hot dogs for $3 and a couple of pretzels and a soda out of that thing, let alone put my body part in there.
Yeah. I can't believe they're actually able to fit in that.
Could
I mean,
you
did you
imagine?
look at those pictures?
I did not look up, no.
You got to
I
bring those
refuse
pictures
to.
back up. You got to bring.
No, I can't.
The,
I
the
can't look.
7-Eleven one. Bring it back up. The other one. Look at that.
Oh my God.
She's.
She fits into
It's
the
a
whole thing.
bodysuit.
It's a dress for
It's a
her.
bodysuit. It's literally a bodysuit.
It's a dress for her.
I
yeah,
couldn't get my arm all the way up through that hole. Maybe to the elbow. Maybe. I could get into
I
that
get my
handle.
pinky through the hole. That's about all I can do there.
I can't believe they could fit their whole bodies in there.
Wow. All I got to say is wow. I wish I was that small for a day just to give it a shot.
Just to see what it feels like.
Just to see what it feels like. Thin for a Day. That's the new movie.
Okay.
Funny.
All right, so we have a follow-up to the story about the court clerk who is refusing to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples. Remember that one?
Yes.
Okay. The Supreme Court told her she must issue the marriage licenses or face fines and possible jail time. She returned to work and promptly defied the ruling with her continued refusal to issue marriage licenses, describing it as a heaven or hell decision about marriage and God's word. It turns out that as an elected official, she can't simply be fired for not doing her $80,000 a year job, but has to be impeached, which would require a vote of the state legislature. She appears before a federal judge tomorrow morning where her fate will be decided. The ACLU of Kentucky, which is representing the couple suing Davis, says the plaintiffs want a fine serious enough to ensure immediate compliance without further delay, but they don't wish to have her incarcerated. Why? Toss her butt in jail. Really, $80,000 a year job, and she can't give these licenses. I have something to say to you, Miss Davis. Besides the fact that supposedly she's this, big Christian religious person, and
Okay.
she's been divorced 4 times. Oh, sorry, married 4 times, divorced 3 times. And a really interesting part of this story is she divorced her first husband while she was pregnant with her twins, which she had 5 months after she was divorced. The father of those twins were actually her 3rd husband, but her 2nd husband adopted the twins.
Yeah, I think we need a scorecard for that. Well, safe to say, go ahead. Say what you got to say to everybody.
Okay. When it comes to state and marriage licenses and stuff like that, it has nothing to do with religion. So there you go. Give out the license. Has literally 0 to do with religion. There's the marriage license part, which basically means that you're already married. You get the license, you're already married by state. Then you go for the religious ceremony, which gets you married in the eyes of God, if you actually believe in that stuff. So all she has to do is give out the license, and it has to do with the state. It has nothing to do with God. And she can say she's in the clear where that's concerned. Because it's actually 2 different things.
Well, I would say the same thing, pretty much. I would say, go ahead, give the license. It doesn't really matter because when it all comes down and said it, God's going to flesh it all out when it comes to the deciding factor. So
Yeah, if that's what you believe in, then he's going to...
he'll square it all away.
Exactly. All right.
Man plans, God laughs, so.
Well, we're actually running kind of late, so
Are we?
we need to take another quick break, but when we return, we have a sports update from the fellas over at the Glory Days show, another mysterious game of fact or fiction, and a whole bunch of stories you'll definitely want to bring to the water cooler tomorrow. Don't touch that stream. We'll be right back.
What's up, guys? We're Scared No Fair, and we're here with Inravio. If they catch you at a show with one of these bracelets, you will win $100.
That's a lot of money.
So get a bracelet.
Do whatever it takes to get that. Hit them up online.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, Inravio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is Inravio.com.
This is Joe Larson. You should check out the 505 on Racing Show live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or catch us on video on demand anytime, 24/7, only on the Inravio TV network.
Welcome back. So we have a bunch of other stories to get to, but before we do, let's catch up on everything sports in this week's Glory Days 2-minute warning.
Hello again, everybody. We're Bruce and Disco from the Glory Days show, and this is your Inravio Sports 2-minute warning.
It was just 2 short weeks ago that I.K. Empanali went down in Jets history as the man who punched quarterback Geno Smith in the mouth over a debt of about $600. Smith has been on the disabled list ever since, and I.K., who was immediately released by the Jets, ended up back together with former coach Rex Ryan up in chilly Buffalo. This week, we learned that I.K. was involved in a previously unknown incident, which did not involve any criminal charges, but forced him to miss the first game of the 2011 college football season while at Louisiana Tech with an injured hand. If you guessed that I.K. was involved in punching a man that he thought was a woman he had arranged to have oral sex with, well, then you go to the head of the class. ESPN obtained a police report that said I.K. was messaging a person he believed to be a woman called Missy Lee, who had agreed to perform oral sex on him if he would come to her house. But when he arrived for the procedure, a person was covered from head to toe in a blanket with the lights off. And when they refused to remove the blanket, I.K. left the room.
Missy then called I.K. back, and when he returned, the person still refused to get out from under the blanket. When his cell phone went off, it illuminated the person and noticed the person had facial hair. When another person entered the room, I.K. got worried that he was about to be robbed and, of course, did what anybody would do in that situation, punched the person under the blanket and left the house. The police report indicates that after being struck, the voice of the person under the blanket changed to that of a male. I guess that proves if he did actually punch him in the mouth. That led to phone calls and text messages from a person claimed to be Missy's father demanding money in exchange for silence. 3 days later, IK went to the police, who were able to identify the man who ultimately admitted contacting the player via Facebook. Although the deputy chief of police reported the man's attempts to get IK were at best immoral and at worst criminal, IK decided not to press charges.
Good for him.
Yeah, Missy Lee, I don't know, man.
You can get the lowdown on what's happening in sports and more on the Gloria Day Show with Bruce and Disco every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. here in the East, only on the Inravio TV network. This has been your Inravio Sports 2-Minute Warning. I'm Paul Discofani, that's Bruce Oler, and you have been warned.
Wow. I don't think his name should be IK. It should be Ick.
Ick.
Ick. What a dope. I don't know.
Thanks, guys.
I don't even know what to say to that story.
Yeah.
There's just so many things. It's just wrong on so many levels. All right. Moving right along. With her bullet-repelling bracelets and unbreakable golden lasso, which forces villains to tell the truth, she has been a force for good for over 70 years. I can't believe it's 70 years. Yes, Princess Diana of Themyscira, also known as Diana Prince, also known as Wonder Woman, has undoubtedly been the best superheroine of all time. But has that squeaky clean record been tarnished? Perhaps not, but one school has, however, deemed the character too violent. They sent home a letter to the parents, which says, "We noticed that Laura has a Wonder Woman lunchbox that features a superhero image. In keeping with the dress code of the school, we must ask that she not bring this to school. The dress code we have established requests that the children not bring violent images into the building in any fashion, on their clothing, including shoes and socks, backpacks, and lunchboxes. We have defined violent characters as those who solve problems using violence. Superheroes certainly fall into that category. Please refer to the dress code section of the school handbook. Your cooperation with our dress code will be appreciated." So no Wonder Woman because she's violent.
Really?
Really?
Okay, well, on the section of the handbook, the school can refer to FU.
Yes. Kiss my butt.
I mean, really, come on. Wonder Woman.
Right. Talking about a hero, someone who does things for good, who solves crime and
Right.
unbelievable.
Somebody who's been looked up to, and, you know, there's grown women that go as Wonder Woman for Halloween
still
and so
love
forth
her.
and so on. Yeah, she's Wonder Woman. She's, you know, she's a superhero. And that's, you know, kind of our heroes. That's hence the superhero part,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, schools have gone way too far. Way too far.
Well, John Elledge and Whitney Alexander's wedding earlier this month in Oregon featured a smoke tent, complete with 13 different strains of marijuana that guests could sample with the help of a bud tender. The groom, who works as a professional marijuana grower in California, said guests at the August 8th nuptials were thrilled by the couple's version of an open bar. The oldest person in the tent was 81-year-old woman who hadn't smoked weed since the 60s, and she loved it. Elledge and Alexander are part of a growing trend that replaces a toast with a toke. According to a reporter, the recent Colorado wedding of Laura Mesdals and Bradley Melshaker included gift bags for guests that included a pre-rolled joint, a lighter, and a cannabis-infused lip balm. Marijuana buds and leaves adorned table centerpieces and bride's bouquet and the groom's boutonniere. The paper reported. So what you're telling me is now this is the big trend, and I guess it has to be legal wherever you're doing it.
Well, yeah, they're doing it in Colorado where it is legal. It's not only legal for medical, it's legal for entertainment. It's the words. That's not the word I wanted, but it's a,
recreational
Thank
use.
you. That's the one I wanted. Yes, it's legal for recreational
Dude,
use.
man, I want to make a toast. Like, you know, the best man goes up there and does his toast, right? It's like Cheech and Chong. Mm-hmm. Raise your joint, man.
Yeah.
We're going to take a toast to the bride.
I
Dave's
don't know.
not here, man. Mm-hmm. Old guy reference.
Yeah.
But
I could just picture my grandmother at something like that. She would have been mortified.
even better, would it have freaked you out if she was at something like that and then you realize that in the 60s she was smoking? Yeah, I haven't done this since the 60s. Boing. I mean, wouldn't that freak you out if your grandparents said that?
Yes.
Right? Or even if your parents said it. You think your parents tried it?
Tried it? Yes. Did it any length of time? No.
You don't think so?
No. I know so.
Yeah. Probably freak you out. It's like, you never think your parents doing these types of things, your grandparents doing these types of things. I think it would freak me out. And I wouldn't want to know those things anyway.
The pedestal is a wreck, huh? Okay. A 27-year-old man who was suffering from severe constipation for 10 years underwent surgery recently. Can you imagine? 10 years. The unidentified patient was evaluated at Second People's Hospital in someplace in China after complaining of stomach pain. He had been admitted for the same pain previously, but doctors had been unable to diagnose the cause. A series of x-rays revealed that the patient's heart had shifted to the right because his colon had swollen to twice the normal size. Doctors diagnosed him with congenital megacolon, which can cause paralysis of movements of the bowel and can sometimes lead to fecal tumors. I'm sorry, this isn't funny, but it is. Surgeons later removed an 11-pound stool that had lodged itself in the patient's colon and caused his severe pain. He's currently in recovery.
Ouch.
I'm sorry, I can't imagine how much poop 11 pounds is.
Well, I can't imagine that, that you couldn't get something moving there and that your colon got so inflamed that it grew and moved your heart in your body.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he had to have been going at least a little bit.
Well, yeah, over 10 years you'd have to go something. But,
exactly.
See, I always kind of thought that. I'm thinking, is it why it's hard for me to lose weight? Maybe once I'll just go to the bathroom and have like this.
A mega poop?
A mega poop that'll just, all of a sudden I'll be, hey, 25 pounds thinner.
Oh, dear God.
Could you imagine? But.
It's a frightening thought.
Hasn't worked out that way. I'm banking on that, though, but hasn't worked out that way.
Really hoping for it, huh?
Kind of hoping, yeah. Got to be an easier way.
Okay.
Well, officials in a Japanese city said toilet instructions posted in public restrooms have successfully reduced messes created by confused tourists. So, Kyoto officials say the signs which instruct visitors on the proper use of Japanese-style squat toilets, as well as Western sitting toilets, were posted in public restrooms in response to widespread sanitary issues attributed to clueless visitors improperly using the facilities. The signs, which feature text in Japanese, English, Chinese, and Korean, offer advice including the proper stance for using a toilet and how to dispose of used toilet paper. A spokesman said the city has noticed a significant reduction in the number of bathroom mess instances since the signs were installed. Now we're going to go to Kyle Melnick, and he's going to explain and demonstrate the proper squatting technique for toilets. As funny as this may be, I got to say this.
Yeah.
As funny as this may be, they did not say it was in Spanish.
No.
Which I got to tell you, they probably should, because, and I'm saying that because I've learned that in different places, I know, I guess different Spanish places, countries, that they do things differently in their bathroom habits, and it's not what we do here in the States. I'm not going to go into detail, but it's different. And so maybe instructions is a good way to go, really.
But did you see the
if
picture?
If they abide by them, but.
On the picture, they show a typical Western-style sitting toilet.
Sure.
And there's a picture of a person actually sitting on it. And then there's another picture of a person squatting on it with their feet up on the bowl. Look at this picture. They're squatting on top of it.
Really?
Really. And that, don't do this.
Don't do that.
But the reason for it is there was another image. Apparently, they have a squatting toilet, which basically looks like a urinal laying on its back. Okay. With like the hump part upwards. Okay. And apparently, what you're supposed to do is stand over that and squat into it, and then I guess it flushes across or whatever. I don't really know. I don't know how that works, but I guess that's why they have to show that, because we have the sitting ones. They apparently have the squatting ones is more normal for them. So a person there who's used to the squatting one would try to get up on and squat onto the sitting ones. I don't know how you'd use the squatting one as well, anybody, really, a guy, a girl, whatever. How do you use that?
I don't know. I've never really gotten the whole squatting.
You have to get half naked in order to make that work.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be careful on your peripherals, what you're doing there.
Exactly.
Wow. Be careful. That's why I don't go there.
Yeah, that's exactly why you don't go to China.
I bring my own toilet bowl with me, put it under my arm. Portable toilet bowl, fold it out.
That's a frightening thought.
It's got a little, porta potty thing going on there. You can set it up right in the street.
Bring your 5-gallon bucket with the pool noodle.
There you go. I'm good.
All right. China is leaning on the animal kingdom, including a squad of nest-wrecking monkeys, to ensure its military parade commemorating the end of World War II goes smoothly. To minimize the chances of birds striking engines during the many airplane flyovers connected to the Beijing parade, the military has used falcons to chase away birds and a team of trained macaws to flush nests out of trees around the pilots' training grounds. So this one chases that, which chases that, which chases that. That's crazy. We bought 2 monkeys in April last year from Henan province. After 1 month's training, the macaws mastered the skill of taking apart birds' nests. This was a quote from Air Force official Wang Minzi. 3 more monkeys were later added to the team, which can dismantle up to 60 nests per day in return for rewards. Other air clearing measures in the capital include bans on kites, balloons, and sport pigeons. Beijing's airports will be closed for 3 hours. That's just too much work.
So really, all we have to really do if we get into war with these guys is
set loose a bunch of birds?
A bunch of birds and some balloons from, Party Stop, and boom, these guys are right out of the air, done. Right? Don't they do the goose test over there? Shh, don't say that. So we got the upper hand right now. So what's going to happen is get your birds ready. Start, stop that pigeon. We're going to have like little, army-clad, camouflage birds.
Okay.
Fly over there. Take out all these planes. How does that work? Come on. What's wrong with this picture?
I don't know.
But that's good to know. Write that down.
Okay. We're going to take another quick break, but stick around because we still have our NASCAR news update with Joe Larson, another game of fact or fiction, and a few more stories you won't believe. Stay with us.
Hey, this is Chris Les Jake, and if Inravio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
This is Joe Larson. You should check out the 505 on Racing Show live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or catch us on video on demand anytime, 24/7, only on the Inravio TV network.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, Inravio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is Inravio.com.
What's up, guys? We're Scared No Fair, and we're here with Inravio. If they catch you at a show with one of these bracelets, you will win $100.
That's a lot of money.
So get a bracelet.
Do whatever it takes to get that. Hit them up online.
And we are back. Welcome back. Well, before we get into the game of fact or fiction, let's see what's new in the world of racing in this week's 5 Off 5 On update.
This is Joe Larson with the 505 on Racing Show. If you missed last week's show, you missed our discussion regarding rules interpretations and how officials' interpretation of the rules can have an effect on the racing outcomes. In addition, we talked about the Xfinity and Camping World Truck Series results, and we mentioned the winner from Orange County Fairgrounds Speedway, New Egypt Speedway, the New London Waterford Speed Bowl, Bethel Motor Speedway, and the Whalen Modified Tour event at Long Island's Riverhead Raceway. We talked about the Old Timers Reunion at the Himes Museum of Racing Nostalgia and the excitement of the new ownership at Long Island's Riverhead Raceway. Tune in Monday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. over here at Inravio.com/live. Be sure you're checking out all our other awesome live shows at Inravio.com. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Joe. Well, on that note, let's get straight into another game of fact or fiction.
Okay, here's the first one. Need a bun in the oven? That's what's on a website called fakeababy.com. They go on to say, we can help, billing itself as the home of the $9.95 fake ultrasound. It purports to sell the best gag gifts on earth. Fact or fiction?
Gotta say fact.
It's fact. Believe it or not, they actually sell a kit of items specifically designed to deceive others into thinking you're pregnant. There was actually a story just this week about a woman who claimed, or a young girl, whatever, claimed to have triplets. And she went through the whole thing. She even got the fake belly so that her boyfriend would think that she was actually pregnant.
Okay, I don't see the attraction to that, but is that funny?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Okay. A California man who ushered his wife and kids out of their home during an apartment complex fire said his first thought was to save his barbecue ribs. Fact or fiction?
I gotta say fact.
Also fact.
I gotta say fact, yeah.
Robert Wright, ribs in hand, gave an interview after the fire at his Fresno apartment complex and told a reporter he was barbecuing at 3 a.m. when the fire erupted at the apartment next door. He says, the only thing I think first is make sure them ribs is right, and I ran over and got my family. Okay. Insisting that...
Now, what he didn't tell you was that he was actually barbecuing at the apartment next door, which was the whole reason why the fire started in the first place. He really likes those ribs charcoal, just like I do, and he was lighting that cigarette.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. Insisting there is no way anyone else would be able to get a hold of the weapons in his home, local gun owner Kevin Williamson told reporters he always keeps his firearms securely locked away where only he can access them during a severe mental breakdown. He says owning firearms comes with serious responsibilities, which is why I store each of my guns in a locked safe. He assured reporters that no one but him could open the tamper-proof sealed box and access the firearms in the midst of an overwhelming period of emotional distress that engendered a blind psychotic rage. Fact or fiction?
It sounds like fact to me, but...
Oh, thank
fiction.
God it's fiction.
It's just over the top enough.
See, now, what would have been smarter is he had the guns locked away so that even he could not get to them when he was in a blind rage. That would have been smart.
How do you know that unless you're in a blind rage and have fixed it so you can get in? How would you know?
Well, I don't know. His family members put it somewhere even he couldn't find it or something. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, but then what's the point? So who knows where they are and who can get in there? I got a gun. I'm going to shoot you when I find it. I'll be right back.
Throwing clothes all over the place.
Exactly. Where the hell did I put that .357? What's going on? I had it right here on the table.
I knew it was here yesterday.
Right next to my cigarettes, my marijuana, my beer.
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, we're going to take one more break. Stick around because when we come back, we'll wrap things up. You're watching The Weekly Show. We'll be right back.
What's up, guys? We're Scano Fair, and we're here with Inravio. If they catch you at a show with one of these bracelets, you will win $100.
That's a lot of money.
So get a bracelet.
Do whatever it takes to get that. Hit them up online.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, Inravio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is Inravio.com.
This is Joe Larson. You should check out the 505 on Racing Show live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or catch us on video on demand anytime, 24/7, only on the Inravio TV network.
Okay.
Okay.
We got a couple more stories for you, and these should be good. All right. The viral web is teeming with stories of people who have ditched dull corporate gigs to travel the world and chase their dreams. So many of them, in fact, that they become a bit of an internet trope. I don't know what a trope is. The glossy, adventure-filled Instagram feeds of former desk jockeys can make leaving everything behind to pursue a nomadic existence seem like a brilliant idea. Easy, even. What's hard is figuring out how to avoid spending days cliff diving in Greece, riding carousels in Paris, or blogging surfside in Gran Canaria for years at a time, and without decades' worth of savings or rich benefactors. Oh, yeah, okay. As it turns out, some of these travelers can't. Chanel Cartel and Steve O'Dernberger, both 29, quit their advertising jobs in Johannesburg earlier this year to embark on a little creative exploration through travel. Okay.
So if they can't afford it, how do they make that happen?
I don't know. I'd be interested to find that out.
See, now my thought would be to pack it all in, go and, physically, really, I mean, if you go to some of these other places, like, and of course, I'm guessing that there's not a lot of, pay that's coming out of it. But let's say you went to like St. Thomas or Curacao or one of these resorts places, even to Jamaica, and worked at a resort, and you were a busboy or a waiter or a waitress or something like that, or handyman or something, what have you, and you did something like that. You could probably afford to live in that area, no? I mean, based on the amount of money you have here, some of those areas are pretty inexpensive.
Right.
I know that my cousin Bobby, I think he lives in the the Philippines, and some of the things he tells me about how inexpensive it is to live there, it's quite interesting. You know, I don't know if that's where you want to be, is the Philippines, but I'm guessing if you were in, like, you know, not the resort side of, you know, Jamaica, but, you know, the outside, really living world, you might be able to survive there.
Yeah.
But it's not like you're hopping around the world like these guys are, because then you'd have to find a situation everywhere you go.
Well, apparently there's more to the story.
Oh, okay.
Yes. After recent revelations, the couple has revealed the uglier side of their adventures, revealing that they now scrub toilets to support
There
themselves.
you go. See, that's what I'm saying. There you go. Busboy, picking up puke, you know, this guy puked at the resort. Yeah.
So much for parasailing in Greece and all those other things. We're just scrubbing a john.
Well, you are parasailing. They just didn't tell you that the parasail is not really a parasail. It's somebody's old underwear that they're using to guide around with. You know, that's what it is. You know, you're living in a cardboard box of donuts, boxing, a van down by the river. Well, 2 New Jersey daycare workers are accused of making the children fight each other for their own amusement. Is that frowned upon?
Yeah.
Authorities said the workers recorded videos of the scuffles and shared them with friends. According to police, the former daycare employees referred to the movie Fight Club as they encouraged preschoolers and kindergartners to fight each other in the playground at Lightbridge Academy. The Union County prosecutor, Grace Park, said 22-year-old Erica Kenny, one of the teacher's assistants charged, using the app Snapchat to send clips of the disturbing fights to a group of people. About a dozen children, boys and girls between the ages of 4 and 6, just fighting, throwing each other to the ground, hitting each other, Park said of the videos. And officials said that they are still investigating, but they do not believe that any of the children were seriously injured. Park said the former workers, including a 28-year-old Chinese White, did it for pure pleasure. The daycare's vice president, Jacqueline Falzano, said Kenny and White were immediately fired.
I certainly hope so.
You know, I'm not going to lie. I think I do want to see these videos. I don't know why, but I think I might want to see these videos.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds funny.
The little kids throwing each other to the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, just messing around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, there's no anger in the little kids, so they're just like, you know, kind of wrestling, I'm thinking, you know. But, ooh, I think it might...
They're between 4 and 6 years old, and they're referencing Fight Club. So did they tell them the whole thing? You know,
I don't think they
You
know
don't talk about Fight Club, you know, that whole bit.
No, I don't think kids... They're not going to... That's an old guy reference. They're drinking... Look at them, they're shot. They're drinking in the control room there. They don't even know what Fight Club is, for God's sakes. But, I mean,
They have
these little...
to. You guys know it. Yes, of course they do.
Yeah, they think it's a video game.
No,
Look at
that's
them.
like an iconic movie for them. Yes,
Really?
absolutely. It's like Jaws for us, iconic.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so give me that drink. I'll take that shot. But yeah, I think it would be kind of 4 and 6 years old. They're not going to know what that's all about. I mean, do you really have anger at that point?
Oh, yes. More like frustration. But
I
anyway.
think the frustration is mom did not come down with the money quick enough when the ice cream man came down the block. Now that's what you call anger in a 4 to 6 year old.
Yes, exactly.
Other than that, we don't care.
No. All right, so that's it for us. We're out of time.
That's it. So we got.
Yeah, we're out of time, believe it or not. So be sure you're visiting Inravio.com and checking out all our other awesome content. We'll be back next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.